Om
ॐ
Sadaशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
Acharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
Om Sahana Bhavatu
सहनाववतु सहनौ
Veeryam Karvavahai Navadidamastu
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
Vidvishavahai
विद्विषावहै ॐ
Shanti
शान्ति शान्ति
Shanti
शान्तिः ॐ तत्सत्
Om Tat Sat.
That's it. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So we will just continue from where we had left off. I think we had completed 23 verses, and we are on the 24th one, the 17th chapter. So let us chant.
A
Sri
small request
Bhagavan.
from me.
Yes,
Sorry,
please. Yeah. Yeah.
last time you had given the uh, explanation of Om Tat Sat, these three
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Can you start from there? That will be nice.
Yeah, I will. Let us just chant the verse first.
Yeah.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Anuvacha
Asmad Omityodharatya
अस्मादोमित्युदाहृत्य
Yajñah Dana Tapakriyaः
यज्ञदानतपक्रियाः
Pravartante Vidhanoktaः
प्रवर्तन्ते
Pravartante
विधानोक्ताः
Vidhanoktaha.
Satatam Brahmavadinam.
सततं
Satatam
ब्रह्मवादिनाम्
Brahmavadinam.
Okay, so let's just look at the verse first. Brahmavadina is the one who always talks about Brahman. Vadi is the one who talks. Brahmavadina. And Shankara adds Brahmavadana Shilana, one who constantly talks about Brahman. It could be Ishvara, Brahman, or Anandagiri says you can talk about Brahman is equal to Veda also. So one who is follower of the Brahmavadinam can be one who is the follower of the Veda, especially the Vedantaha. And Satatam Pravartante means any activity that he begins, what does he do? Udharitya iti Om. Udharitya means Ucharanam. So after uttering the mantra Om. So now we look at what exactly is meant by Om Tat Sat. Right? The Om is a nomenclature. Like you have to call the Lord something, right? So you say Om. Om refers to the Lord. And what is that? Sat. 1 minute. I'll just unmute everybody. And what is that? That Sat principle is existence principle itself. Therefore, when you say the Lord, you're talking about the existence principle which pervades the entire universe, including your body and mind. Now remember that when you say I am, you are conscious. And if you convert that into words, I am conscious, there is an underlying assumption that I am existing. And that is why I am able to say I am conscious. Correct? Therefore, when you say Om, you are including consciousness and existence in that principle. So, Om is the name of the Lord who is Sat and Chit. The idea of saying this is that Sat, existence, is possible to be recognized only if consciousness is there. And consciousness is possible only if existence is there. And therefore, Sadeva Chit, Chideva Sat. This you must remember. There is no separation between existence and consciousness. Both are the same. Oh. And that existence consciousness principle is being recognized by Om, the Lord. So in the beginning of every ritual for a Vaidika, the word Om is uttered. And if you've seen Yajnas, Yajna will start with the Om, and throughout the Yajna, you will find that Om is uttered all through. Why is that so? Because Om is a very sacred word for us. Because Brahmaji, when he wanted to create the universe, he said Om Tat Sat. The universe which I am creating is going to come into existence. And since Brahmaji's words are Om Tat Sat, for us it is a very sacred phrase. And these Shastra says that by using the word Om before anything and after anything, it purifies and sanctifies everything. And not only that, any mistakes which you make, mistakes in terms of whether you are doing exactly what Shastra prescribed or not. You make a mistake in the prescription of the Shastra, in interpreting the prescription of the Shastra, that mistake is also neutralized. Similarly, when you say something, your words get purified by simply uttering that word. So, what kind of activities are going to be, you know, the benefit of uttering the word Om is for what kind of activities? So he says here, Yajna, Dana, Tapa, Kriya. So Yajnam, Danam, Tapa. So the Kriya is not another activity. Okay, Kriya means activity. So Yajna Kriya, Dana Kriya, Tapa Kriya. The activity of Yajnas, the activities of Danam, the activities of Tapa, austerity. All these are prescribed. Vidhanoktaha. Vidhanoktaha means prescribed. It's a vidhi by the Shastra prescribed for us. All of them, therefore, are sanctified when you utter the word Om. So this is the 24th mantra. Therefore, whenever you do any activity, so Satatam Brahmavadina is a person who believes in the Vedas. Vidhanokta Pravartante, who is undertaking any activity which is prescribed. And what are those prescribed activities? Yajna, Dana, Tapaha. Before doing the activity, Tasmat, therefore, for ensuring that the activity is not unfruitful, is free from any mistakes. Om iti udharitya. Ucharanam, chanting of Om should be done. Now look at the 25th mantra. Tad ityanabhisandhaya
तद् इत्यनभिसन्धाय
तदित्यनभिसन्धाय
phalam yajna tapakriyaha
फलं
यज्ञतपक्रियाः
dana kriyascha vivedaha
दानक्रियाश्च
दानक्रियाः
kriyante moksha kangshibihi.
क्रियन्ते
क्रियते
मोक्षकाङ्क्षिभिः
मोक्षकाङ्क्षिभिः
So tat iti means after uttering tat of Om Tat Sat. Tat iti, which means you uttered the phrase Om Tat Sat. Kriyante moksha kangshibihi, the people who are moksha seekers, who are sadhakas, kriyante, they undertake scriptures, they undertake activities, kriyante. And what kind of activities? Vividaha, many activities. Yajna, tapa, dana. So the kriyas valid everywhere. Yajna kriya, tapa kriya, dana kriya. They undertake the activities of yajna, tapaha, and danam. And very importantly, anabhisandhaya phalam. Anabhisandhaya means without expectation of the results. Phalam is results. Anabhisandhaya, expectations. Now here, Shankara talks about what is Tat. So we are coming back to Om Tat Sat. Tat iti Brahma Abhidanam. Abhidanam means a name. So Tat is another name for Brahman. What kind of Brahman? Indriya Agochara Brahman, who is not perceptible by any of the Indriyas. And having uttered this name Tat, how? Anabhisandhaya, without expectation. Expectation of what? Any fruits. The fruits means any worldly fruits. Yajna, tapaha, kriyaha, who don't expect any worldly fruits. No laukika phalam is expected. And when you don't expect laukika phalam, remember that you don't take the sankalpa. Because for all activities, there is sankalpa taken before the activity. May I get money? May I child become well? May I child go to the US? And such stuff like that, right? But no, I don't think any more people will say, may I go to the US? Because we don't have $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the point is that sankalpa is not there. And when sankalpa is not there, it is not that no phalam is there. What is the phalam without a sankalpa for a Vaidika karma?
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi. So Chitta Shuddhi is always there. Okay. Then, and Shankara gives an example. He says that giving away, let us say, land or gold, right? These are all done by moksha kankshibhi. Right? And it's an example. It's a dhanam, giving away land or gold. It's a dhanam. It is done by moksha kankshibhi. But he doesn't expect any return from there, right? And therefore it is anabhisandhaya, without expectation of phalam. So Shankara uses that giving away of land by a seeker to explain that kind of attitude, that I don't want anything in return. And he says that when you are doing the phalam, when you're doing this particular dhanam or any other karma, yajna or tapaha also, before you do the karma, you should utter Om Tat Sat. And if you have made a mistake in any of the shastric instructions while doing the karma, that Om Tat Sat will remedy any deficiencies. We should also note there, else somewhere else it is mentioned, that Om Tat and Sat, these are all three are the names of Ishvara only. And therefore, when you are doing this chanting for the purpose of ensuring that the karma is free from any defect, you need not say Om Tat Sat. Any one of the three can be used. You can say Om, you can say Tat, you can say Sat, or you can say Om Tat Sat. Right? Om Tat Sat is normally used. Om is also used. I've seen many yajnas where only Om is used. Throughout the yajna, the Om runs. Therefore, the idea is that though it says Om Tat Sat, you can use any of the three names because they are the. We have seen the name meaning of Om and Tat before. Okay, now he gives the meaning of Sat in the next mantra. What exactly is Sat? He is going to mention. So the next shloka we will read. सद्भावे साधुभावे च
Satbhave
Sadbhave
sadhubhave cha
Sadhubhave cha
सदित्येतत् प्रयुज्यते
Sadityetat prayujyate
Pratyate
प्रशस्ते कर्मणि तथा
Prashasti
Prashasti
karmani
karmani
tatha
कर्मणि
tatha
तथा
सच्छब्दपार्थयुज्यते
Sat-shabdah
Shabda
partha
Partha
yujyate
युज्यते
So you have to break it up properly. Sat iti etat prayujyate. The last word of the first line. Sat iti etat prayujyate. Sat iti etat prayujyate. The word sat is used sat bhave in the sense of existence, in the sense of sat. Also sadhu bhave cha in the sense of being a sadhu. Not sadhu is not a Swami who is wandering Swami. Sadhu means, literally sadhu means the one who is having a righteous life, right? So it's used in the sense of existence and used in the sense of a person who is leading a dharmic life. Tatha sat shabda yujyate, and again that word sat is used, prashaste karmani, in the sense of doing good karma. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna. So Krishna is giving three meanings for the word sat, right? So he actually gives two more meanings in the next sloka, but there we look at the three meanings. So sadbhave is equal to asataha sadbhave. Asataha sadbhave means bringing into existence of something which was not existent before. Sadbhave. In the sense of bringing into existence what was not existent before. And Shankara says, to clarify, he gives an example, like the birth of a child who was not existent before its birth. That is the first meaning. Sadbhave, bringing into existence something which was not there before. Sadhu bhave. So conversion of sadhu bhave means bringing about a good person, right? So here Shankara very clearly writes saying that this is the conversion of an immoral person into a moral person. So if you are converting, if you are an immoral person and you are converting it into a moral person, then sadhu bhavaha. So bhavaha here literally means bringing into existence. As in the previous one also, sat bhavaha, bringing into existence. Sadhu bhavaha, bringing the good person into existence. So second one is conversion of a person into a noble person. And that's why, noble people are called Satpurusha. And sannyasi is also called sadhu. The reason is sadhu is good person, noble person. That's why sannyasi is called sadhu. Right? Sadhu means sadha acharaha, sat acharaha. The person who is walking the line of sat, good behavior, good acharaha. And also, association with good people is called what? Satsanga. Right? Therefore, sadhu bhave should be known as the process of converting a sadhu, not a sadhu, a sadhu, a not good person, a not noble person, into a sadhu, a noble person, not necessarily a sannyasi. The third meaning is given as prashaste karmani. So here Krishna says that any good karma is also called sat. Right? It is the meaning of good action. Therefore, Shankara quotes the example of vivaha, wedding. So weddings are considered good karma. Therefore, he says, like that, any karma which is good is covered by prasaste karmani, which means covered by the word sat. And then Krishna says, Tatha Partha, hey Arjuna, Sat Shabda Yujyate is used in this kind of meaning. It's telling him what kind of meanings are there. Okay, now we look at the 27th verse. Yagne tapasi dane cha
यज्ञे
tapasi
तपसि
dane
दाने च
sthiti sad iti uchochate.
स्थितिः सददिति
Sthiti sat
चोच्यते
iti uchyate
Karma chaiva tadarthiyam
कर्म
karma chaiva
चैव
tadarthiyam
तदर्थीयम्
sadityevabhidhiyate.
तदित्येवाभिधीयते
tadyevabhidhiyate.
So yagne sthitihi, the first word, and the one, two, three, fourth word, the first line. Yagne sthitihi, steadiness in doing the karma of yajna, as well as tapasi dane, as well tapas and danam. Iti sat uchyate cha is also called sat. This is the fourth meaning, that doing yajna, tapas and danam consistently is also called Sat. Not only that, Cha and Eva Karma Tadarthiyam. Tadarthiyam means for the sake of that. That here is the Lord. So Eva Karma Tadarthiyam means any karma for the sake of the Lord. So you have Yajna, Danaha, Tapaha, or any karma for the sake of the Lord. Iti Sat Avidiyate Eva is also said to be Sat. 5 meanings have been given. So Yajne Tapasi Jane Cha Sthitihi. One who is committed to the practice. The word Sthitihi should be added to all three. Yajne Sthitihi, Tapase Sthitihi, Dane Sthitihi. The one who is committed. Committed meanings does regularly the practice of Yajna, Dana and Tapaha. Sat iti uchyate. That is also called Sat. That's the fourth definition. And as I said, any activity which is done for the sake of the Lord, you can take it as to promote Yajna, Danam and Tapas. That is also called Sat. Why does he distinguish this? Because normally, let us say you are doing business. That business, the money which you earn, that is not doesn't come under a spiritual component classification. But under this definition, karma tadarthiyam, for the purpose, for the Lord. And for the Lord, you can take it as the other three activities also. So, yajna, dana, tapaha. Anything meant to promote yajnam, danam, or tapaha is also called sat. So, if you are earning money from business, and that money, at least part of it, is being utilized to promote yajna, danam, and tapas, that business activity will also become sat. Another example I can give is you are cleaning a room. That is just cleanliness. But if you are cleaning the room for the purpose of conducting a yajna there, then it becomes sat. You get the idea? The idea being that you have to look at the main focus of the activity to describe the classification. If your main purpose is yajna dana tapaha in your life, then all the other activities which you do, it becomes supporting activities for these three. And therefore, every activity in your life becomes sat. Okay. And one more meaning is there, which I gave you already. Any karma done for the sake of Ishvara. So tadarthiyam can be taken in two ways. That tad can be for the sake of Ishvara, and the tad can also mean yajna dana tapaha. So any activity done for the sake of Ishvara, or any activity done for yajna dana tapaha can be taken as sat. Okay. Why is this meaning? Because the topic discussed is what? Om Tat Sat, the three names of Ishvara. And Shankara adds a very important note over here, which I will read out to you in Sanskrit, hoping that you will understand. Tat etat yajnaha dana tapadi karma asatvikam vigunam api. What does it mean? Yajna, dana, tapa karma, satvikam api. Even if they are asatvikam, means even if they are rajasic task, karma, rajasic tapaha, rajasic danaha, or rajasic yajnaha, or tamasic yajnaha, tamasic danaha, and tamasic tapaha. And not only that, vigudamapi are done with defects, without guna, with defects. Of course, we are saying defects, inadvertent defects, by mistake. You are not deliberately committing a mistake. But Shraddha Purvakam Brahmanaha Abhidhanatraya Prayogena. If the sadhaka has Shraddha Purvakam Brahmana. So Brahmana here is the Brahmin, but here it is the sadhaka, we'll take it. So Purvakam Sadhaka, the doer of the actions, who is a seeker, if he has with Shraddha uttered the three names, Abhidhana Traya, three names, Prayogena, he has uttered the names, he has used them. Then he says, Saguna Satvikam Sampaditam Bhavati. All the defective karmas, all the Rajasic, Tamasic karmas will be converted into Saguna karma. And that is why Om Tat Sat is prefixed before any karma and is suffixed after any karma. All the reasons why Om Tat Sat is being done. Now we read the last sloka. Ashraddhaya dattam
Ashradaya
Ashraddhaya
Huttam
Huttam
Ashraddhaya
Dattam
Hutam
tapastaptam kritam chayat
Tapastaptam
Tapastaptam
Takrutam
Kritam
Chayat
Jayat
Jayat
asat ityuchyate partha
Asat
Asadityate
Ityate
Partha
Partha
Asatyatyate Partha
na cha tat pretya no iha
Na
न च
cha
Pratyano
तत्प्रत्यनो
Idaha
इह
iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu
Srimad
Bhagavad-gītāsu
भगवद्गीतासु
Upanishatsu
उपनिषत्सु
Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
Brahma-vidyāyām
योगशास्त्रे
yoga-shastre
Shri Krishna Jana Samvade
Shri
Sri
Krishna Jana
Krishna Jana
Samvade
Samvade
Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama
Shraddha-traya
तात्रयविभागयोगो
Vibhagayogo
नाम
Vibhaga-yoga-nama
Saptadashodhyayah
Saptadashodhyāyah
सप्तदशोऽध्यायः
Nama
So Yat Hutam. Yat, whatever is Hutam, given as a oblation, whatever is offered, Dattam. Yat Dattam, given as charity. Taptam Tapaha, practice as Tapaha. And Kritam. Kritam means and done. Has done, a karma is being done. So it refers to ritual. Whatever ritual is done. Ashraddhaya, without faith in the Shastram. Uchyate asat iti is said to be asat. It doesn't serve any purpose at all. And tat na uiha, and indeed does not give any phalam in this world. And na cha pretya, nor in the next world. O partha. Pretya means after death. So it doesn't give any phalam in this world, nor does it give any phalam in the next world. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna. Yeah. Okay. So Krishna here is emphasizing Shraddha, right? And Shankara uses the term Vachanat Pravartihi, Vachanat Nivrittihi. Vachanat means the words of the Veda. So if you are asked, why are you lighting a lamp in the morning? What is your answer?
because it's good for us.
Because it's good for you. Who told you that?
We believe in Shastra that it is good for you.
That's what Vachanat Pravarti. Vachanat means Shastra Vachanat. Pravarti, the pravarti, the activity has been mandated by Shastra. That is why I light a lamp in the morning. And I don't go to the bar every evening. Why? Vachana nivrittihi. Shastra has said, Suramna pipet. You should not drink liquor. So these two terms, Vachanat pravrittihi, Vachanat nivrittihi, are very, very important for the sadhaka. But for the scientific person, it has no meaning. Because we are saying we do or not do simply because Veda says so. I don't seek any scientific, logical or worldly reasons. I don't want this decision to be validated by science or by logic. This is called Shraddha. And Shraddha is important not only in Karma Yoga, but also in Jnana Yoga. Right? Remember that the entire Shastra which we have, the entire Dharma which we have, Sanatana Dharma, its basis is not Shastra. Its basis is not science. Its basis is Shastra, Veda. Veda is Pramana. Of course, we have a choice. We can accept that Veda and do what it tells us and not do what it prohibits. Or we can reject the Veda and do exactly as we like. We have that choice always. And here he says, Krishna says, Ashraddhaya utam nattam tapastam. Any spiritual activity or religious activity, whether it be hutam or dattam or tapaha, ashraddhaya, if it is done without faith, then, and ashraddhaya hutam means what? Hutam is an offering, right? So if you offer something into the sacred fire, the havan as we call it, without the necessary shraddha, or we give dhanam, ashraddhaya dattam, we give charity, without remembering the three conditions. What are they?
Not insult and not give without it. I mean, give it pleasantly, use pleasing words.
Patra Kala.
Desha
Acha.
Kala Patra.
Patra Kala.
Desha Kala Patra. If you are doing it, that they are doing it without Shraddha. Because Shastra says that you must have adherence to Desha Kala Patra when you give. And if you have done it without that, then there is no Shraddha. And if you undertake any austerity without the necessary Shraddha, like Ekadashi Upvasa, many people observe because their neighbors observe. They don't even know why they're doing it. Right? This and to this Shankara adds any activity, even like a namaskara, performed without Shraddha, tat sarvam asat iti uchyate. All these are considered asat. Asat here means fruitless, which has no prayojanam. There will be no benefit at all. And why? Why is that so? And Shankara says very nicely, because it is outside the path of moksha. It will not yield any chitta shuddhi at all. And in this connection, you should remember, ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto na suyantaha uchyante tepi karmabhihi ye tve talabhyasuyantaha anutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudam stan viddhi nashtana chetasaha. Sounds familiar? No? Which chapter?
16th?
No. Which means none of you are chanting regularly. Okay. I keep on saying that you have to chant regularly. This is the third chapter. So he says, if you don't have the Shraddha, tat na uha iha. Iha, you will not get any benefit at all. And not only that, even if you do this karma, bahula ayasam api. So even this karma is done with great effort, without Shraddha. Like a lot of people do, what is it called? Going to Kedarnath. They walk all the way. They take huge efforts, but there is no Shraddha. He says that without Shraddha, that there is no uh, benefit at all. Because why are you walking to Kedarnath? What is the purpose of walking to Kedarnath?
Many people are doing it primarily just for tracking experience.
No, for trekking and all, could go anywhere, not necessarily Kedarnath. But if you are taking Kedarnath as a yatra, what is the purpose?
That is spirit. I mean, because you believe that, again, you believe in Vedas. It's
You
good.
believe that you will get Chitta Shuddhi, right? Who tells you that? Only the Vedas. And therefore, he says, if you don't have the Shraddha in the Vedas, that Chitta Shuddhi will not be available to you at all. So in this life, there is no benefit. Not only that, na pretyaha. After death also, you would not get any spiritual benefit. And how do you know that activity without Shraddha will not produce punyam? Sure. So Shankar simply says that because all the wise people, all the Mahatmas, they say that it will not do so. That spiritual karma without Shraddha can be done for purposes like I want to please my mother, I want to please my wife, I want to please my daughter, or worse still, it can be done as publicity because everybody should know that I'm walking to Kedarnath. All these are classified under asat. No prayojanam at all. Incapable of producing any punyam at all. It is as good as not having done them. That's why Krishna said, Shraddhavan labhate jnana. Unless you have Shraddha, where is the question of getting any jnanam itself? Chitta Shuddhi you won't get, jnanam you won't get. Without Shraddha, your entire spiritual life is a waste. It's only for show.
Sir,
Yeah.
so in the childhood, the tapa which is done like Bal tapa is done because the parents are saying it, so that all comes in this. Like
It all
if you
comes in
do
this,
it,
but you're a child, right? So we are talking about a person who is capable of thinking for himself. As a
even the
child, you
teenagers
have,
and all the children nowadays, they do it because you tell them they don't want to do it, but they do it because they believe
but
in you and
it is not without prayojanam, okay? I mean, because what do you do when the child is made to do something? Maybe because out of respect for you, he doesn't want to say no, or because he loves you, perhaps he doesn't want to say no. But over several years, he does it. That's embedded in his psyche. And when he starts, if at all he starts to understand the Veda, this will flower. The seed has been sowed. It will flower. So don't think it is without any prayojanam. It is without this specific prayojanam because he has not understood. But once he understands and he continues the same activities, prayojanam will definitely be there.
for the
Yes, Sudhirji.
samskara being formed, it's important.
Sorry,
For the samskara to be
for the
invoked.
samskara to be formed. It's a duty of the parent to make sure samskara is formed. Haji Sudhirji, boliye.
Uh, See, the Shraddha and Ashraddha have been defined very, very clearly with this in this particular chapter. But there is a very thin line between Shraddha and Andhashraddha. And perhaps the role of a guru in the interpretation of the Vedas or Shastras come into play here, because otherwise we will end up following Andhashraddha only, and we will not get any kind of benefit out of it. I mean, is that belief correct?
Andhashraddha is normally taken to mean the dictate of a guru. Okay. Who just simply says you do this because I tell you to do it. And you are not supposed to ask why. There are many gurus like that.
Right.
So
So
there you
guru's
don't.
role is very important. I mean, that's what I was trying to.
Guru has to say exactly what Shastra says.
Yeah.
The Guru outside Shastra becomes a Rajasic Guru, therefore becomes Andha Bhakti over there, becomes blind Bhakti because you are focusing on the Guru, not on the Shastra. It's as simple as that. The focus is on the Guru only without Shastram, then it is Andhashraddha. Focus is on Shastram plus Guru, it is Shraddha.
Okay, thank you.
See, I'll give an example. There is, of course, let us say, Sadhguru. You have heard of him, right? He teaches yoga also. Okay, now I know a person who is student of yoga from Sadhguru, right? And if you ask a question, no? So he tells you, for example, this particular posture you do, and you say, what is the benefit? The answer is because Sadhguru says so. While if you ask Shivananda teacher, what is the benefit? He will go into the anatomy part of it and tell you. So the Shivananda teacher is backed by a Astra, anatomy.
Right.
The benefit may not change, but one is Andhashraddha and one is Shraddha.
Right. Thank you.
No disrespect to Sadhguru. Okay, if anybody here is Sadhguru's disciple. So with this, we have completed the 17th chapter, and we will get into the journey of the last chapter from the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Acharya.